far as the wraps go, what I'm thinking about doing is to do a quick wash of the wrap, treat the rust migration, and seal all the tears with Tengujo tissue, right? And then after that, we'll dry them, flatten them, we'll dry them. And after that, we can get the reading on the color, the lab colors on the sides of this wrap, right? And we'll do the same for the others, and we'll get averages that will tell us the kind of or the color, lab color for the furnish that we're going to be using to fill in some of these areas, right? And it actually doesn't look bad. It's we just need to fill in this area and this area here on this particular wrap. Other wraps have similar issues, right? And these can get Tengujo tissue, and then we can definitely try to use a little bit of the furnish to cover them as well, because a little bit of furnish goes a long way. They call it furnish dust that you add to the tears, and that can seal the tears nicely. So we'll do the furnish dust method, and we'll try to seal these meanwhile with Tengujo tissue. It gets double protection, and of course areas like these will have to be treated with Evapo-Rust, and some excision repair will have to be done, right? Some excision repair has to be done. I'm sounding like a molecular biologist here. Excision repair. So I'm going to take a wet brush, just water, and to make this area stay in place, I'm just going to wet it first. I just managed to get that piece of paper attached back to the this piece. Here we go. So this way it stays in place when I spray it. And this area here, you have a fold here and a fold here. And this fold is this way. Make sure it's this way. Yeah. Okay, and then we'll wet this. We'll wet this. I'm just using water here, guys, all right? In this area here, I can do the other side. Let's see, let's wet this area here. These are the areas where I'm going to place Tengujo tissue on all the tears, right? Here looks to be this way. Then this is this way. So we'll do the repair on this side here. And here I have methyl cellulose and nori together. Just gonna go in, mixed in at 1:1 ratio almost, right? I'm gonna brush these again. And then here, here, and here. Okay. And so on. This is just a calcium hydroxide solution that is diluted 1:4 with water. And the other side. I should have done just water to see if I can measure the initial pH of the wrap, but I didn't do that. So I'm gonna have to measure its pH now after the first spray. Let me dry it a little bit and get an idea what the pH is. And presumably the other wraps would be about the same, right? So this is after the first spraying, and it's sitting for about 10 minutes. Let's see what the pH is. pH 4, right? So that's pretty acidic. So I wonder if it was even less than pH 4 when we first started. But regardless, we're gonna give it a second spraying and let it sit for 10 minutes and reevaluate the pH. If it's about pH 6, I'm gonna stop and treat the and then excuse the cat, and then I'm going to treat the rust migration. Now you can certainly do a bath instead of doing stationary deacidification, and I'm doing it this way because I think I have more control over it this way, especially if I do the first wrap at least. And this way I can gauge to see what the pH is going to be at different points. So this is the second wash. I'm going to dry it and then measure the pH. So the first one was a pH 4. Let's see what the pH here is going to be. Just get rid of most of the liquid. Now, take a strip and measure the pH. See if it went up to at least 6, right? That's what you want it to be. Let's see. This is pH 6 now. So we're good. pH 6 is, I'm going to start now deacidifying. I'm going to start now getting rid of the rust migration, and I'm going to use Evapo-Rust. I'm going to use the same method I've used before, which is using paper towels saturated with Evapo-Rust on top of the rusty area. And we'll leave it there for a few hours and then come back and assess it. Okay, so we'll begin removing the rust migration. So I realized, of course, after I finished filming the part on putting the rust remover, that my camera became full and stopped filming altogether. So basically what you do is you brush the area you want to derust, remove the rust migration with Evapo-Rust, right? And then you place this piece of paper towel on the top and you brush it, saturate it with Evapo-Rust again, and then let it sit for at least, I would say, 4 hours and evaluate. So this has been about 5 hours, and you can see the rust is entirely gone. A little bit of red left here, that's the ferric oxide that is difficult to remove, type that is difficult to remove. And I place a piece of paper towels saturated with Evapo-Rust on both sides, right? On this side and the other side. It works pretty well, and minimal damage to the book, really. So I need to finish with the deacidification, so it probably needs another spray and 10 minutes, and then we'll read the pH. Should be at pH 8, hopefully. All right, so let's do that. Let's cover it and spray it. And spray both sides, of course. Get rid of this. You can see the rust is gone, right? It's gone. Pretty good. All right, let's measure the pH, guys, and see what it is. Not quite yet. So it's pH 7. The camera stopped rolling again, so apologies for that. So it needs another spraying. We're still at pH 7, as you can see. About a 7, right? This looks promising. This looks like 8 now. Not the best paper, but it's 8. So I think we're good here, guys. I'm gonna stop here. What I'm gonna do is put it in the press now between paper towels, and let it dry overnight, and then tomorrow we can assess the lab value for the splash page and the back page.